price predictions for mass adoption, or if you want to talk about price, that's cool too, for say the next 1 year, 5 years, 10 years.
Yeah, I mean,
would you mind being the little video thing you're doing? I'm asking, why are you into crypto? What would you recommend for people who are just getting into crypto, and what your price predictions for Bitcoin are for 1 year, 5 years, 10 years? But you can answer how you want. I think there's no wrong answer.
Short term, probably still very peer-to-peer, very gimmicky, and like a niche market. But as we move on with Fidelity and a lot of these institutional, I mean IBM, Hyperledger, we're going to see more confidence in the institutional world, to where I think blockchain will be as common as the internet in terminology of household names, an understanding of the fundamentals of it. But right now it's very pop culture and buzzy, and I think that's a really good time to capitalize, because we don't necessarily want mass adoption yet. We want mass attention. Then we want to evolve. Then we want the mass adoption. So we're here, we got their attention, let's keep it.
Yeah, I mean, the truth is, my price prediction means nothing, and nobody's does, but just throwing darts. I'm very bullish. I'm specifically bullish on Bitcoin, Ether, the two blue chips, Loopring. We have our own token, LRC. Of course, I believe in what we're doing on the DEX protocol front. But yeah, I'm very bullish on kind of the big ones, like Bitcoin, Ether, and adoption. I think, yeah, the genie's out of the bottle. You can't put it back in. It's not going anywhere.
Good question. It's going to be, it's just going to come over a period of time. There's going to be, once regulation kicks in, then that will just fly basically. I think over the next year, we're going to see a big shift with regulation. What it's going to be, I don't know. But within kind of 5 years' time, I think we'll be well on the route to mass adoption.
All right.
I think for mass adoption, the ways that we're going to reach people is going to be through integrating into things that we're already doing. And the best places for that is social media and games. So I see those being the biggest bridges for online content is going to be in the gaming space. Engines like Convergence, if you've ever heard of the Silicon Nexus project, they're building like a Ready Player One cross-platform reality with a player acquisition service. So it's for like gamers to get non-fungible assets of in-game items. And that is the biggest audience of online people is games, 2.7 billion active gamers in the world right now. So it's the biggest market, so games is going to be a place. And then social media and influencers, this is going to be the next place. And so, you know, that's what we focus on as society. We focus on live content, for paid content, and products. And so it's, you know, getting, you know, things that people are going to get tangible value and then relating that to the crypto market and allowing people to, you know, securitize their data with the blockchain to access things that they can only get exclusively through the blockchain. And to do that in a manner where people already are. We need to meet people where they are, on the games that they're already playing, on the platforms that they're already on, and you know, this kind of stuff. And so as we emerge into that, we're going to attract more people who aren't into the space. That's going to attract growth, and then the whole industry is going to grow, you know, as a result of that. And so that's how I kind of see mass adoption coming, and you know, through mass adoption, obviously, as tides rise, all ships will rise. So kind of my 2 cents.
All
my 2
right.
satoshis, if you will.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
I think blockchain is the next very, very big thing to the world, because it's the only, I think it's the only technology that can push the financial and the internet to a more decentralized way. It's a new way to like organize the world.
So my vision at the moment is that what we've sort of seen with these cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin is that so far the first application was gambling, you know, Satoshi Dice, I'm sure you remember Satoshi Dice, and then trading, you know, trading assets back and forth. The way I see cryptocurrencies evolving is a bit different than everyone else. I think it's going to be like Linux. It's going to be this backbone to this financial system that everybody can use and access. I don't think most people are going to realize they're actually using a cryptocurrency. It's just going to be something they access, they send you know, transactions back and forth and coins back and forth. So I see it as Linux.
Oh, okay.
You know, they're not going to know they're even going to be using Linux. Linux today powers like 90% of all computers.
We are all waiting for the halving, Bitcoin halving, which is coming up at the mid of next year. So we'll see how it goes.
You don't want to get me started on adoption. It's kind of like my pet peeve. I get allergic to that. We should stop talking about adoption and build products that people are going to use. I think we're trying to flip it around, like we rush it. I think it's too early to even talk about adoption. So kind of like a prediction, I think its space is going to grow, but slower than we actually think. So we're thinking that mom and pop is going to use Bitcoin next week. We only just updated the MyEther wallet website, which was ugly as hell.
Okay.
So we're not there yet. So have patience, go back to building awesome products and make it as easy as possible for people to use.
Okay.
Okay? That's my own thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of disagree slightly because
Perfect.
the internet grew fairly quickly, but it was from the 90s all the way through the early 2000s. But now that the internet's already in place, I think the combination of the internet being in place and mobile phones, like you said, adoption, I think that will actually drive adoption more quickly with, like you see Flex's app Spend. I'm pretty excited about that because now you can use even a stable coin at a Starbucks or at a Lowe's or a Barnes & Noble. So I think the combination of those technologies already existing will bring this to market much more quickly than we saw like Facebook and Apple and Google proliferate in the early 2000s. So.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
I think everyone will use blockchain in 5 years, and I believe that the road to adoption will come from gaming. So I think most of the early adoption will be gaming related DR. And I believe gaming will be the role for the cryptos for blockchain to get mass adoption.
Well, I'm hoping that in the next year and a half, John McAfee's prediction is going to come true, just so that he doesn't have to lose his bet. And some people might know what the repercussions of that are. But I definitely see Bitcoin going up extremely high. I'm not a financial advisor, but I do see $1 million Bitcoin coming in the future.
Hopefully it will go up, but I'd hate to go so high because we're living in Venezuela, keep money in the United States. So I just have to see. I have no idea. But,
I had a few takeaways from this video. A surprising number of people mentioned gaming. A lot of people didn't want to talk about price when it came to predicting. They talked about adoption. The first person that I interviewed, actually, although you can't tell from the video, said that I should probably not talk about price, but talk about adoption. And some people did want to talk about price in the end. A lot of people also seem to be self-starters. They were entrepreneurs getting into the crypto or blockchain space and starting their own projects. So there was passion involved, like about changing the world, but then there was also a lot of intellect, understanding the technology and how they could maybe bring new solutions to already existing industries. And yeah, some people were just looking to make money, but I think that goes into the intellectual side of it where you're trying to start a business. It was very cool to see. Everybody seems to have a pretty positive outlook for the future. I think I do too. So that's what I have for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. Subscribe if you like my content. Leave a comment, give a like, and I'll talk to you soon.